SpongeBob walks up to Patrick with a package in his hand.
Patrick, look. I got my. He notices Patrick has the same package. He unwraps his to show a reef blower. Patrick unwraps his to show a flower vase. SpongeBob laughs. I'm sorry, Patrick. He wipes away a tear from his laugh. It's just for a second, I thought. Notices Patrick has the same reef blower as he does.
Hey, you got the same reef blower as me. Patrick blows at SpongeBob. Tag, you're it. SpongeBob laughs. Both run around tagging each other. Patrick blows away a can while SpongeBob blows away a sand sculpture of himself. Patrick switches the blower to suck and sucks off the lines of SpongeBob's pineapple.
Patrick, you made my house sparkling clean.
Sure did.
We haven't improved Squidward's day yet. Let's do his house. Patrick sucks up the nose on Squidward's house and laughs. My turn. SpongeBob sucks up one of the windows. Squidward opens up the other window.
What's going on now, Tier?
We're playing with our new reef blowers.
Playing with a reef blower? That is the most childish thing I have ever heard of.
But it's fun.
Fun? How could playing with one of those oversized hairdryers possibly be fun?
Like this. Patrick sucks the window up. Squidward pulls his nose out of the wall.
Rubs his nose, chafed. Opens his front door. Alright, that's. Squidward's words are cut as Patrick sucks up the door.
Let's do your house, Patrick.
Yeah. The two walk to Patrick's rock, and they see Squidward digging a hole up to the surface, seeing as how he couldn't exit his house any other way. He jumps out of it, fuming.
Squidward, you're steaming? You're like a steamed vegetable, only smarter.
Put my windows back.
No problem, Squidward. We're on your side. The two set their blowers to blow in Dame Squid's house, any second now. All the items fly out of the hoses at once and blow Squidward's house to pieces. Debris falls everywhere.
SpongeBob, this is the final straw. I am going to move so far away, that I will be able to brag about it. He is hit on the head with a rock. I would rather tear out my brainstem, carry it into the middle of the nearest four-way intersection, and skip rope with it, than go on living where I do now. The TV falls to the ground and turns on. On the television is an octopus, who looks like Squidward, but with a hairpiece. He is in a suit and stands in front of a rainbow.
Hi there. Is this the final straw? Do you want to move so far away, that you can brag about it? Would you rather tear out your brainstem, walk out into the middle of the nearest four-way intersection, and skip rope with it, than continue living where you do now? Then move to. The screen goes to static, as Patrick has changed the channel with a remote.
I hate this channel.
No. Grabs the remote and changes it back.
Tentacle Acres. Where happiness is just a suction cup away. He puts his tentacles together and pops them. The pops echo. Cut to a large complex, fenced off. There is a golden door, and above it is a sign Tentacle Acres. Squidward walks to the door, with his clarinet and a few other things. He talks into the intercom on the door.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you?
I'm here about the happiness. I'll be moving in now.
Are you alone?
No. I mean, yes. There's nobody with me. Yes, peace and quiet.
Are you now, or have you ever been, a sponge?
No.
What about A?
Cuts him off. No starfish. Just a regular, normal, peace-loving. The door begins to rumble and the gates open, revealing an entire town of houses just like Squidward's old one. A rainbow is formed. Squidward is overjoyed and walks in. He sees octopus kids at an ice cream truck, heaven at last. Runs into another octopus walking by.
I've seen more alert people in a retirement home.
Oh, which way to the living without a brain seminar. Don't be late.
I've heard better comebacks from the turkey sandwich. Get a life. He leaves and Squidward squints angrily at him, then becomes happy.
This place is even better than I expected. Walks down the road, reading off the house numbers, 302, 303, and 304. Beautiful. He walks into house 304, and not a pineapple in sight. He shuts the door.
Cut to night, where Squidward is in cap, nightshirt, and slipper, going to bed. His clarinet, as always, is next to him.
Good night, Clary. Tomorrow, we begin life anew.
The phone rings, startling Squidward. Squidward answers it.
304 New Life Street, Squidward speaking. He hears SpongeBob on the other end speaking gibberish. There is no way I am moving back there, SpongeBob. I am finally among my own kind. He hears more gobbling. Now, goodbye. He hangs up. Back at SpongeBob's house, SpongeBob and Patrick are crushed and exchange gibberish. Cut to dawn and the clam crows to wake everyone up. Squidward walks out of his house and breathes in the fresh air. I think I'll take my bike today. He takes his bike and rides down the street. I'm my own man. He runs into that octopus from the other day, who is riding in a line of bike riders. Now these neighbors know how to live. Cut to later. Squidward parks his bike in front of the Full of Health store and walks in and down an aisle. Intensive. I bet they won't have. He gasps and grabs a can of canned bread. Wow, they have it. The can is shown and labeled best thing since sliced, canned bread. This town is great. He walks out of the store with a bag. I would really be impressed if it had. He gasps and slaps his forehead when he sees an interpretive dance academy across the street. An interpretive dance academy? He runs in, now with headband and leotard, and begins dancing happily joins in the dancing, while the other octopuses without headbands aren't as joyful. Yeah. It's even better in a group. Cut to night. Squidward is walking down the street. This town is perfect. He sees a gazebo with 3 octopuses playing clarinets. A clarinet trio? He runs up next to them and begins playing his clarinet. Night becomes day and tentacle asses, and then the rooster crows to wake everyone up. Squidward walks out again and breathes in the fresh air. Another great day. He rides his bike down the street and runs into the same bike line. Oh look. Everybody's on their bike today. He walks his bike to the Full of Health store again and picks up another can of canned bread. Cut to him dancing at the academy. It just gets better and better. Cut to him with the trio, all together. They all play. Cut to the next day. He walks out of his house, rides his bike, picks up another can, dances, plays, rides his bike, picks up another can, dances, plays, and this continues over and over, but Squidward gets less and less happy with each passing scene. Eventually, he's really depressed. Now playing with the trio, I sort of don't feel like playing my clarinet today. He walks off. Cut to the next day. Squidward sits on a bench in the park, all glum. Yep, this is great. They might as well rename this town Squidward's Paradise. Or perhaps Too Much Paradise. He hears a reef blower. Squidward picks his head up. SpongeBob. He sees an octopus blowing the leaves with it. The octopus then leaves, leaving a sign next to the blower reading, "Back whenever." Squidward is tempted, but dismisses it. But it's too much, and he goes over and touches it, setting it off for a second. He giggles. He whistles nonchalantly, and knocks off the sign. Oops. He then picks up the nozzle and switches it to suck. His nose gets sucked up, and he switches it back to blow, freeing himself. His lengthened nose floats over it. He chuckles. A female octopus walking by clears her throat. Squidward quickly goes to the lawn. Leaves. Just getting the leaves. She walks off. Squidward takes the blower back to the bench and blows the nozzle on his face, distorting it upward. He blows on his eyelids, distorting them upward. He chuckles. He puts the nozzle under his shirt and blows that up too. He laughs. He points the nozzle to the left and is blown to the other side of the bench. He laughs again. He points the nozzle to the right and is blown off the bench. He laughs all the same. 2 octopuses playing croquet nearby start getting annoyed.
Could you pipe down over there, Iron Lung? The 2 start laughing, their foreheads fluctuating up and down as they do. Squidward sucks up the croquet balls and the man's croquet hammer which he was leaning on. He falls to the ground. Squidward laughs.
Looks like when it comes to having fun, you don't have a leg to stand on. He continues laughing. The woman helps the octopus up.
Hey! That's not funny. Yeah. Another man walks by, with a clarinet in his hand. What's going on over here? Points at Squidward. It's that guy. Another man looks at Squidward. He's playing with a reef blower. Playing with a reef blower. That's the most childish thing I've ever heard of.
But it's fun.
Laughs. How could you possibly have fun with one of those oversized hair dryers?
Like this. Squidward sucks up the man's clarinet, and it gets stuck in the nozzle, playing sour notes. The octopus screams,
"Give it back, please." Squidward blows it back at him, lodging it in the middle of his face like a crease. Squidward laughs maniacally and runs off. He approaches an octopus on a bike and sticks a nozzle to the wheel.
Tag. You're it. He blows on it, inflating the octopus head.
Wah! Squidward laughs and runs off. Cut to a cafe stand, where two guys walk up to it. What can I get you boys? Squidward opens a door on the stand and sucks up the two guys' eyes and noses and blows them back out, but puts two noses on one guy and four eyes on the other guy. He runs off laughing. Both of the two guys look at each other. What are you looking at those? Meanwhile, SpongeBob and Patrick approach the complex.
Here it is, Patrick. Now we've just got to convince Squidward to come back home. You got our apology cake? Patrick picks up a cake that reads, "Sorry." He puts it back in his pants, revealing a giant cake-shaped bulge in them. We're ready.
Yay. SpongeBob pushes the button on the intercom.
Hello, can I help you?
Can I get a large number 1, extra size?
But you just ate 3 orders of fried oyster skins. Patrick opens his mouth, the fumes emerging from it. A foghorn sounds.
I love fried oyster skins. Cut to inside the control room, where the guard sees SpongeBob and Patrick on one of his monitors.
We're sorry, but your kind isn't allowed here. A security guard walks up next to him. He's not leaving, Orville. The fumes enter the room. You got your nightstick ready? The two smell fried oyster skins. The two collapse, the guard falling on a button opening the gate.
I guess we've got to order inside. Meanwhile, a group of octopuses are angrily chasing after a happy-go-lucky Squidward. He sucks the noses off of 3 houses whilst running by. SpongeBob and Patrick are walking by when they see Squidward run past them.
Hey! That looked like Squidward. The mob runs past them. That looked like Squidward also, in angry mob form. Squidward has approached a dead end.
Hold it right there, Mr. Tentacles.
Stand back. I've got gardening tools. The policeman hands him an envelope.
Here? Just read this. Squidward looks at it.
What is it?
A well-thought-out and organized list of complaints. The mob shouts out in agreement. SpongeBob and Patrick walk by.
Patrick, look. It's Squidward. He runs up to the octopus and hugs him, but he's a different octopus with eyebrows and mustache, and a shirt like Squidward's. Squidward. We finally found you. The octopus pushes SpongeBob off him.
Get off me, and I'm not Squidward. Pause.
Are you Squidward now?
Grievances? This town is a grievance. There should be a law against so many stuck-up tightwads living in one place. This city needs to be destroyed. Or at least painted a different color.
FYI, you don't have to live here, you know. Squidward, and the crowd, smile.
Hey, you're right. The crowd members' smiles fade, and I'm leaving ASAP. Meanwhile, SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to find Squidward.
Are you Squidward?
No. He walks up to the croquet woman.
Are you Squidward?
No. Patrick talks to a fire hydrant.
Are you Squidward? Pause. That's okay, take your time. SpongeBob walks up to him.
Any one of these Squidwards can be the real Squidward, Patrick. The town rumbles as Squidward rockets the leaf blower out of tentacle acres and laughs maniacally. The octopuses smile.
Freedom. Woohoo. SpongeBob and Patrick watch him fly over the horizon.
Well, we know one thing, it sure isn't that guy.